Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
Good morning. Who you gonna call? Coonbusters. Yes, this is an early morning, 5:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on February 7th, 2019. This is Dr. Randy Short in Washington, D.C., and this is another episode of Coonbusters, where we tell the truth uncritically, or should I say critically, without really any concern about who doesn't like it, be they racist whites or self-hating blacks, or nosy people who are others, or honorary whites. We really don't care what you think. A shout out to all African descendants of slaves, African descendants who are also indigenous, and so forth. This is a day I'm very excited. Exactly 1 year ago, a film called Black, White, and Blue, Black, White, and Blue, was premiered at the AFI, American Film Institute Theater in Silver Spring, Maryland. And of course, I'm not on the billing, but hey, Stephen Robinson. Hey, Pierre, how you doing? I was featured in the film Black, White, and Blue. If you haven't seen it, Stephen Robinson, it's on Amazon Prime. I know Brother Pierre has seen it. Coonbusters is here, and you know, it's my job. I'm the vicar of coons. Someone needs to do it. It's a thankless job, but someone has to punish coons. Someone has to crush coons. Good morning, Brother Bookman. Good morning, Stephen Robinson. Hey, y'all, look, there's much to talk about. The State of the Union, Cory, I Got a Boo Booker, A.L.L, my cousin, Bill Cosby. Lord, I mean, I told people Bill Cosby was being betrayed, but you'll be able to see it for yourself. It's documented. And lo and behold, I got to tell y'all, we just might get a miracle just when our people are looking for somebody that they may be able to vote for. Queen, our outspoken, shining Black queen, Cynthia Ann McKinney, Dr. Cynthia Ann McKinney, PhD. I repeat, Dr. Cynthia Ann McKinney, a wonderful, I think, 7-term congressional candidate, 7 terms that she sat. That's 14 years she was in Congress. Cynthia Ann McKinney might run for the presidency of the United States. She may even start this year. I repeat, you don't have to have that jackass Kamala. You don't have to have I Need a Beard, I Got a Boo, Cory Booker. You don't have to have this Walter Payton looking Stacy Abrams as a leader. We can have a real, genuine, proven Black politician by the name of Cynthia Ann McKinney be a presidential candidate. Not only that, but someone that can help us for a national and maybe an international political party for justice and freedom for African descendant people, both in the United States and abroad. I repeat, if we come together and if things work out, you might see Cynthia McKinney running for president just when we need someone that will be willing to talk about issues that other folks want to ignore. And she's someone that can stand up. She's not a punk. She loves Black men, unlike these man-hating broads out here. How are you doing? Good morning, Brother Kuani, right? Oh, yes, let's support Dr. Cynthia McKinney. I love Cynthia McKinney. We've been friends since 1991. Wow, that is 28 years. That's more than half of my life. I turned 54 Saturday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Yeah, if I love me, send me something through PayPal. I promise I won't buy a yacht or anything, but I will use it on, I guess, either necessities or movement related stuff. It's, so any tokens, anything y'all want to do, I'd be most appreciative. In particular, my dream is if things were to work out, I've been waiting. I have a friend who has an entire blog station in St. Louis. Her husband died. She's working through some things. So pretty soon we'll be on the radio. I've been offered a show on another platform. Haven't talked to y'all about that. That would be on Tuesdays. So yeah, there's stuff happening. Lots of stuff happening. But anyway, let's just, God, there's so much to talk about. And yes, I still hate Kamala, and I hate her even more once I learned she has a sister that works for Joy Reid, and she worked for Hillary Clinton. And so we black men stand firm. We're not going to vote for Hillary Clinton's spawn, which is Kamala Harris, and Obama with boobs, or Obama with the vagina, the sister who pulled herself up by G-strings. I can't vote for you, Kamala. I don't want you. I don't like you. Where's your dot, baby? You're Hindu. What, not only have you lost your mind, but you lost your dot. You need to keep something. You've lost your morality, lost your virginity, lost your real culture, and you lost your dot, and you want to play us. We've had enough foreign black folks. I don't hate folks from overseas. I have plenty of friends from overseas. As broke as I am, I'm trying to get some money together to send some malaria medicine to Liberia. Don't hate people from other countries, but I don't like illegals coming up in here. They don't belong here. Go to where you come from. Have a revolution in the country that you come from. Why don't you earn your human and civil rights where you are, not ride the asses of African Americans and then hate us and betray us and stab us in the back for white people? No, I don't like it. We don't do it to you and your countries. If you're a foreign black person, don't come and fuck me in my country, grin in my face, be my brother when you can get something, and stab me in my back once you've gotten it. Run over the white people, and then when they want to put your ass out, you're up in my face asking me for help. You have no idea how frequently this happens. And right now, we're in the middle. Let's talk about this real fast. The African descendants of slaves movement in the United States is a very serious movement. I've been advocating this stuff for years. Now folks are finally catching on. Thanks to Obama, who pissed and shat in the faces of black people for now 14 years. And now folks have figured out there is actually a African or Black American people. We're not just generic Africans and we're all the same. That's always been bullshit. The Pan-African niggas that push this are thugs, liars, crooks, whores, and they're the lowest scum, because there's nothing wrong with being Haitian. There's nothing wrong with being a Bermudian. There's nothing wrong with being a Zandian. Hey, Sekele, how you doing? And by the way, happy birthday in advance, Sekele. His birthday is on February the 11th. And my birthday is February 9th. Maybe Sekele should come by. A girlfriend of mine is coming through. You should meet her. You would like her. She's a good person. Everybody has a right to be somewhere, to be from somewhere, and to be respected where they are. I have turned down money and opportunities because I refuse to participate in hurting another group of people in the diaspora. When I was really broke, I'm talking about when I didn't have like $10 in my bank account, I was really in a bad situation. I had an opportunity to work for the Embassy of Rwanda here in Washington. It's a great opportunity. Why? Meet people, the parties and networking. But the people were killing people, assassinating people. And I had to turn it down because I believe in human rights and justice for people everywhere. Okay, that would have been good money for me. That would have been a good thing for me. I was in college in African studies. It would have given me more chance to travel. All these things that could have been about me, I self, right? The way that foreign coons come here and act. They don't ever see our struggle here. They don't care. As broke as I was, I didn't want to participate in the genocide going on in Central Africa. And as much as that's part of what my dissertation was about, I couldn't be a hypocrite, write about it, and make money and look the other way. The way I see people from other countries do to us here. And we're not supposed to notice, or some of them are aggressively nasty towards you. And I've been to other countries and I've seen people who disrespected people in their home country put people in their place. I can't be angry at people for demanding respect in their own home. And folks are going to have to understand that all of a sudden, all the non-reciprocative actions of foreign blacks and others who've come here who shitted on us and been nasty, don't want to connect, don't want to associate, rather be with whites or others, and so forth. The things I've experienced, I could talk for 10 hours about it. No, I don't hate whole groups, whole countries, whole ethnic groups. I just don't. But I do hate the treatment. I hate the perpetuators of it. I won't lie to nobody about it. If you come up in here and you're screwing people because they're black in the United States, maybe because you come from a society where you're in the majority and you have some tricks and some games that we don't know, that's gone. That's gone. And the only thing that you really have now, my friend, situation where people are going to look and see the African American community acting very similar to white Americans, wherein they don't like people who aren't from other places. And that's not how we have been, but we've been dragged to this by cynical, mercenary, opportunistic, anti-Black American foreigners, many of them here unlawfully. And y'all fucked up. And y'all can't unfuck the situation. 30, 40, 50 years of doing this, let's just be honest, folks in Africa and the Caribbean, I know for a fact in South Africa, if you disrespect or you're rude to people who are from the country originally, they have no problem burning your store down, killing you. This never ever happens from Black Americans towards foreign blacks here. Maybe an individual, some stupid people in school. I care for that. I don't like it. I think it's rude and it's uncouth. But that's as far as it goes typically. And I'm not suggesting that there'll be the kind of xenophobia that you might see in Kenya or Nigeria or Cameroon or Chad or Senegal or the Central African Republic or Egypt or Libya or Tunisia or Uganda or Rwanda or Malawi or Mozambique or Zambia or Gambia or Sierra Leone or Liberia or Guinea or Cote d'Ivoire. It won't happen here. However, there will be an awakening, and there is an awakening that, hey, yes, you're Black. Yes, you're part of the diaspora. Yes, you're family, but damn it, y'all sure don't act like family, those that don't. And Judgment Day is here. It's here. And something else I want to say about the ADOS movement. There are a lot of dumbass Black women out here, and stupid ass Black men too. A lot of them are in Greek-led organizations, or they're just clueless fucks, or they want to go along to get along. There is a new movement of intolerance of coons. It's going to be rough being a coon. It's going to be rough if you don't understand that we're being squeezed out. They want to kill live Black babies, right? They put up this bloated bitch named Stacy Abrams, who can give a rebuttal to the president. And in all of her talk, she never mentioned Black people once. Now, bitch, you needed Black people's votes. And bitch, you're saying that Black people's votes were taken And bitch, you should have said something specifically about what black people need. And bitch, you didn't do it. And bitch, you're a lesbian. Thank you, Brother Sally. Thank you. We got to talk, Brother Sally, because I'm wondering if you can give me a testimony about being harassed or profiled, because that we want to do a talk on reverse discrimination. I owe you for your blessing. I haven't forgotten. And we're positioning. So I haven't forgotten. Anybody I can hook up, we're moving in that direction. In fact, I need to introduce you to someone that has a hookup in Springfield, Massachusetts. His name is Scott Lively. You need to have him as an expert witness to explain what happened to you when you get to court, because there's some people, those folks, they will go up to Massachusetts and testify about what happened to you. That would just blow their asses away. So I'm still here. I don't forget. If I don't get one thing done, I'll get another. Love you, brother, for your support. As I was saying about Stacy Abrams, and yes, I called her a bitch. And actually, I like dogs a lot. In fact, I like cats. My cat is sleeping on my bed. I sleep on the floor. But, I mean, Stacy Abrams, come on, coon. You had an opportunity to raise the issue for blacks in the state of Georgia, and you talked about gays and illegals and everybody but black folks. I'm effing angry. Now, let me just say, I'm fucking angry with you, Stacy Abrams. And I would never vote for you. And I'm still waiting. Is it a white woman that you're with? Who are you with, girl? How come there's nobody ever with you? Why in the Democratic Party do they run so many hard-looking broads that don't have a man? Have you ever wondered? Are y'all out there? Y'all give me some feedback. Give me some feedback. Give me some feedback. Look at this broad in Chicago, Underwood. They're running this white woman that looks like the Archies for mayor, Preckwinkle with the Jewish husband. Man. And, oh, I got to tell you, Brother Sally, that group, Mass Resistance in Massachusetts, I had to sever ties with them. They're a Zionist organization. It's all a fraud. Straight black pride needs to get away from them. We were together with Irritated Genie, and that dude got up and said has a movement for BDS. They want to fight boycott, disinvestment, and sanctions movement and use us to do it. He didn't say it, but that's what it meant. Brother Sally, you need to tell them, I warned Genie to get them away from these folks once they began doing strange stuff to me, but you learn. Anyway, let me finish drop kicking Stacy Abrams. Stacy Abrams, she lost because a lot of black men are tired of loudmouth, fat, rude, Uncle Tom, bitch feminists. We're just tired. And I don't care. In fact, if disliking folks like Stacy makes me a misogynist, thank God that's what I am. Okay? Name it, claim it, nigga. Yes. I do not like radical lesbian feminists. If that makes me a misogynist, yes. I'm a big ass one. I'm the biggest that ever there was. If I had a match and it could burn up all of feminism, I'd be striking that shit every time I could. Feminism is an enemy of black men. Black men must become enemies of feminism. Save our babies. In fact, unbrainwash our women that like killing our babies. These sisters who are with the feminists are killing black babies because they hate black men, they hate themselves. When the feminists came along and made black women hate the black man, made the black woman hate being a mother, made the black boy hate being a black man, made the black girl want to be a black boy, feminism is the most dangerous ideology of the white supremacy family that's out here. We have to purge ourselves from that. There's nothing wrong with women having jobs, women being educated, women having power and money, but they're always women. Nothing wrong with being a woman. Thank God. You know what? Going through what I go through, y'all don't know. Let me just tell you a quick story. I saw my friend Marcia Hashimi. She was a reporter who's from New Orleans, married a man from Iran. The FBI kidnapped her, slapped her around, threw her on the ground, shackled her like a dog. My friend Marcia is one of the finest sisters you'd ever want to meet. I love Black women that love Black people. I'm turned on by thinking, progressive, feminine Black women. I don't like men to act like women. I don't like women to act like men. In fact, I can deal with you if you're a lesbian as long as you don't make me know you hate me for being a man. And the same thing if you are gay, you don't have to like stick it down someone's throat like it's a sex toy that you're aberrant, okay? Just tip off, do it somewhere. I mean, shoot, as long as it's not my orifices, that's between you, your proctologist, and the gates of hell. Okay, yes, I said that. Yeah, but Stacy Abrams is a feminist. Stacy Abrams will never get my vote. Kamala Harris can't get my vote. And you know that broad Gabby, whatever the hell her name is, she's from Hawaii. She's a Hindu. She hates Black people. They're going to run a feminist that hates Black people from Hawaii. Gabbard, she hates Black people's guts. She believes that Blacks are inferior and subhumans. You show me a feminist, I'll show you a lesbian racist. They always go together. They're never separate. I don't try to separate it. I don't care. I have friends that call themselves feminists that tell them, you know, that's not going to make me like you. So Stacey Abrams bombed. Donald Trump, prejudice, more than likely, but even he took time to honor a Black man and a Black woman that he did something for. Why didn't Stacey Abrams have some Black people on the stage with her? She had that mixed crowd behind to make certain it wasn't too Black. See? She's a coon. And she may have natural hair, but she's got a processed mind. Now, let's talk about Cory Booker for a minute. Cory's looking for this. It's called a beard. He got one. And you know what he did? A very cynical move, y'all. He got a light-skinned woman. I think she's Latino. He couldn't get a Black American sister. Couldn't get an English-speaking Black woman. He had to get something that's kind of mixed. It's not too Black. Y'all sisters should be angry with him. Aside from the fact that he's trying to play her, he wanted to do a gay Bill Cosby act on her. Come on, y'all. Come on. Cory Booker was going off on someone over whether they thought homosexuality was a sin or not. Okay, I'm a Christian. Whether I live by the Bible or not, that doesn't change what's in the doggone book. If I do that kind of stuff, if I have poo-poo on my sheath, that doesn't make God wrong. That makes me wrong. It doesn't make the book change. You know, I'm the one that's changed from the highway to heaven between a woman's legs to the highway to hell in a man's behind. Okay, fact. It feels good, so does Coke, so does drinking, so does bungee jumping. Doesn't mean it's safe or it's good for you. Grow up. Yes, Sister Ashe, a lot of Indians are in the caste system. They see Blacks as subhuman. They see us as scum. They see us as worthy of death. They believe that the Black people came out of their God's ass. That's how we got the color we are. We should never let those people have any power over us. Very dangerous, very dangerous, very dangerous. Donald Trump can honor a Black man and a Black woman in his speech. The Democrats only put up a Black woman. They keep playing Black women. Black women have to stop being the sucker bottom bitches of the Democrats' LGBTQ illegal alien Zionist game. Am I Republican? No, I'm independent. But you know what? As long as the Republicans put pressure on the garbage that the Democrats are doing, they're useful. We need our own party. Now, let me repeat something. Cynthia McKinney, I repeat, the Honorable Cynthia McKinney, PhD, might run for president in 2020. How many of y'all would support that? We need to raise money in order for Cynthia McKinney to be able to put together a national campaign, which would create not just a run for the presidency, but a political party for our people, whether we call it the Harriet Tubman Party or the Nat Turner Party, whatever party we call it, or the Kool-Aid Party. Except, I don't know if I want to call it the Kool-Aid Party because, you know, Roland Martin looks like, when he has those orange and red shirts, he looks like the Hey Kool-Aid, the Hey Kool-Aid mascot. And he might think it's all about him with this little fake ass Superman curl. Has anyone noticed that Roland Martin looks like a dark-skinned Betty Boop? Like Betty Boop tried to get black and get a sex change. Yeah, I'm messing with that sorry Haitian. He doesn't even do anything for Haiti. He doesn't. Roland Martin is, he doesn't like black folks. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of foreign black people get these positions and they betray folks. Joy Reid is not a black American. Eric Holder is a Barbadian. Okay, a lot. Now we have our coons like that little pineapple face, Loretta Lynch. She looks like Yoda with the wig on. She's one of our traders, but a lot of these people are not even from here. That guy who's from Maryland, Anthony Brown, and then Swiss, they're not really our folks. They're coons. They're foreign coons, mulatto coons. They don't like us. They hate our guts. And we have to stand up to these people. We need to exclude them. I don't see black folks running for Congress in Jamaica or Trinidad or Guyana, and I don't think they should. It's not their country. They're not running for government in Nigeria. I mean, do you see this broad up in here? Cool. Brother Sally, we need to talk. I need to start talking to people. By the way, let me leak this out. I had an hour conversation with Cynthia McKinney tonight, and Cynthia McKinney is thinking about running. That's right. That's been broken here on Coon Busters. Cynthia McKinney is willing to run if there's a grassroots support to give her enough money to run in all 50 states. I'm putting out a figure of 10 million, but with 5 million, and I'm not expecting any one of us to do that, but if we put our heads together across the country, we can have our own damn party. I voted for Cynthia McKinney in 2008, 11 years ago, and I would do it again. I had promised to vote for Trump because I would be against any Democrat. However, I've said to people, if anyone black runs, if Mickey Mouse said that they were black and they were of African descent of slaves, I would vote for damn Mickey Mouse. I absolutely mean that. If they have a genuine program, I don't have to go with the two existing parties. It's time for us, you know, the Bible says, don't be ashamed of humble beginnings. If we had a small black political party that became strong in any one city, state, county, and we could vote down ballot, we could take over someplace in this country for ourselves. We've got the capacity to do this. Cynthia is someone that's known. Cynthia is someone that understands government. Cynthia is somebody that's proud to be black. And by the way, yes, I worked on Cynthia McKinney's campaign in 2008. I'll tell anyone I was an elector for the state of Tennessee for the Green Party for Cynthia McKinney. There are folks who act like when they see me pushing the Republicans, I'm a black nationalist. I happen to be conservative. I'm tired of black babies getting killed. I don't think boys should be girls. I don't think girls should be boys. I'm single. I'm 54. I have a date Saturday on my birthday. Thank God. It's a woman too. We've been friends, but the whole time I've known this fine ass woman, she's had the same man. Now they look like they're going to get divorced, but I avoid her because I respect marriage. Even when she and I have chemistry, that's someone's wife. So I'm not a hoe. I ain't cheating behind nobody's back. I won't do that. Even though I want someone, there's some things that we black men need to stop doing. Like, by the way, we got to talk for a second about that Negro Fairfax. Now, you know, if he made a white woman suck his dick at a Democratic Party convention, what is this nigga thinking? Where do black men think that they can rape white women and steal blowjobs in America? I mean, swirling makes you crazy. Swirling makes you insane. Swirling makes you a stupid ass coon. I mean, you begging for Emmett Till treatment. By the way, Emmett Till is a distant cousin of mine. I had this conversation with Bill Cosby. Now his ass is in jail. I got to talk about Bill Cosby's ass real fast. Now, let me say this about Bill. Bill Cosby, you know, married his wife 55 years ago. The 55th anniversary was the 25th of January. And you dogged your wife all those years, cheating on her, screwing everybody. Bill, it catches up with you. Now, let me tell you something. I had done on Straight Black Pride, I had told folks that Bill Cosby has a coon publicist. His name is Andrew Wyatt. Andrew Wyatt is a liar, and he does a lot of stuff to undermine Bill Cosby, but Bill Cosby's ass is blind and needy, and he's isolated himself from everyone. And on top of that, Andrew keeps everybody away from Bill Cosby, so nobody can help Bill Cosby. Do you know that this nigger, his publicist, Andrew Wyatt, claimed that Bill Cosby was in a private, safe area of the jail when his ass has been put in general population? He's in GP. Thank you, Brother Barnes. By the way, Barnes, if your family's from North Carolina, you my cousin. I have a lot of Barneses. In fact, what's the Negro? Reverend F.C. Barnes, the one that had all the platinum records. I'm going up the rough side of the mountain. Those are my cousins, okay? I have a very talented family. They're either singing gospel or pop, or they're into something. And some of them are just niggas that know how to get down. But Bill Cosby is being betrayed. If Bill Cosby dies in jail, it would have been an inside job. And we tried. I really did try. Nobody would allow us to make a case. So other people have got millions. We asked for a few thousand for Cosby to put some seed money into some local activists in various communities that could build up an effort for him. And the person, Wyatt, asked me, why don't y'all just do it for free when his ass gets paid? And he fucks Bill Cosby and lies and claims that he has this massive online presence to promote the cause of Bill Cosby. Now, y'all give me a motion. Have y'all seen it? Somebody on here tell me you've seen a whole lot of information telling the truth about what's happened to Bill Cosby. Come on, y'all. Ray, Ashay, whoever's on here, who's seen something that actually tells what's happened to Bill Cosby? I don't hear y'all. Send me a signal. Tell me that y'all have seen that, because I've never seen it. Okay, moving away from J.L.O. On February 5th, which is 2 days ago, from about 12:30 p.m. until 1:30 p.m., the Gone2Far Coalition gave a presentation. The link is here. In fact, I'm going to paste it up here so y'all can see it. The Gone2Far is a group of Black and white ministers and activists who, in spite of our racial differences or concerns, have come together to fight against the LGBTQ fascism because they want to legalize pedophilia. They want to legalize and give protective status to pedophilia, necrophiliac, transgenderism, all this sexual fluidity bullshit that's out here. And it is nasty, it is evil, it is sinister, it is the death of our people. The Equality Act that we call the Pedophile Amnesty Bill, or Pedo Care, will gut all of our civil rights, the civil rights laws. Okay, Ray Barnes, the people from Mississippi that are Barnes come from Virginia and North Carolina. Those folks got moved when they set up the cotton plantations. I challenge you to look up your family. You will find out that your folks are from either they came down the Ohio River, or they came from Tennessee, or they were marched overland. I challenge you. In fact, Anytime you want, now that the government shutdown is over, I can go down to the National Archives. I'm pretty certain your folks are from the East Coast. There's a big gap, forgive me for digressing, in Black history, when there were multiple divisions of Black families. The biggest division of Black families that occurred was following the cotton boom. Once cotton became big, they moved hundreds of thousands of Black people and scattered them into the Southwest, South Central, or should I say the Gulf states, Gulf Coast states, as the cotton cultivation expanded, which means that you will meet people in Virginia, Carolina, Maryland. Those are the states that had the most Black people, that had the exporting of Blacks being taken from Virginia, Maryland, the District of Columbia, Delaware, and to a lesser degree, North Carolina, and they were sent to states further south. That's what it means by being sent downriver or sent down south. And that means that certain people were ripped apart. And understand, if the average person back then was living 20, 30, 35 years, and they didn't live much longer, if someone got moved when they're like 10 years old in 1830, 1840, by the time the Civil War comes, that person's dead. They wouldn't have known unless they had a good oral history of where they came from. So you need to look into that. There's a big divide in African Americans because people who live in the Deep South don't know how they're connected to the people in the mid-Atlantic states and on the eastern coast. It's a major division, which and it has us divided. And I grew up never hearing that I had any family outside of, say, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland. Everybody was on the East Coast. That's all I ever heard. It took DNA testing for me to find out that I had family in Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas. Never heard, never knew, nothing. This never came up. And I'm a person that's been trying to get answers to this for decades. So that's part of a major disconnect in our community, that we've got to start learning how to overcome the cotton boom separation of Black people. Anyway, let me get back to this issue. So thanks, brother. Let's chat on that. If you want to reach me, Brother Barnes, I'm gonna put my email. I do respond to people. It's wrandyshort@gmail. And I go down, we have like a Christian fellowship. We meet on Saturdays between 12 and 3. It's a parachurch. We call ourselves the Salvation and Liberation Temple. And it's people who are tired of bullshit nigger preachers, folks who only want to make money, the preachers that don't help nobody else. Now, did they cut me off? Is this page not functioning? Come on. They have a way of doing this the minute you start talking about something that's for real. Let me see. Well, let me just keep going and I'll see what they do. But I'll just continue. Let me stop this for a second. I'm gonna come back on. Okay, it's back to working. All right. So, forgive me. This thing went crazy here. I couldn't see what was going on. But I almost lost my train of thought. Forgive me. But I was saying to Barnes, wrandyshort@gmail.com. Let's chat. Oh, and let's talk about this church situation. If y'all know folks who are religious, and I'm talking about Christian, if you're Muslim, there's somewhere for you to go. But folks who are tired of bull crap, religious groups where folks are fake, we we just call in and talk. We pray, we fellowship, we support each other on Saturdays between 12 and 3 o'clock. I haven't really pushed it much because people do weird stuff whenever you talk about religion. And I understand there are a lot of awful people in religion. Trust me, I've met most of them, which is why we don't like going to churches, because we can't figure out, I mean, it's a business. But it's a way for us to gather, hook up, and our group goes and we go to the archives every now and then, and we help each other trace roots. It's part of our activity of our parachurch, is that, you know, we should know who we are as well as know about what the scriptures are saying. You should know who your grandparents are and your great-grandparents as much as you can know to put your history together. So that's part of the ministry of our fellowship, is to help people know who they are and who they're connected to. You know what? If these other nigger preachers did this in this church, a whole lot of us would be more united as a community, because we would know who our people are. We would know our families. We would know where we're from. And there is no sin. What, Barnes, you live where? Where do you live? Oh, you live at 330 anytime? Okay, well, I tell you what, we have Bible studies and things as well. And sometimes we go until 4. I'm wrandyshort@gmail. I was going to type my email up here for you. And then the second I started to do that, brother, this thing stopped working. Could you take a note? Because when I type, I have no idea. Facebook does not want, oh, you're in District Heights. You should visit me. We should sit down. You have to meet some of the people here. There's much that can happen. And we can meet after 3:30. That would be cool, to do any number of things and know other people here. DC, some of us have to come together. We're getting squeezed. We're getting pushed. Black folks are being completely fucked. I just have to tell you that, do you know DC has lost 300 churches in less than 10 years. They're almost all black. On top of that, they're trying to get rid of the other black churches by putting a surcharge on them using water as a means to force the churches to close. It's the same way they do in Flint or in Detroit. They are making the people lose their property through water bills. They tried to steal my grandparents' house, a $600,000 property over a $200 water bill. That's real talk. This actually happened to me. Now, while I'm here, we had a Gone2Far meeting February 5th, and I keep digressing because there's so much to talk to y'all about. And we've come together to fight this equality, so-called Equality Act. The room was full. We've gotten some press play. There'll be an edited video out, but this is not the end. We're looking to, and what I hope to see happen, is to begin to put pressure on the Congressional Black Caucus. I called on their asses to resign. We're going to keep doing that. And eventually we want to organize people to call in and raise hell with the different black Congress people. They're keeping this bill silent. They don't want people to know. This is being done by the damn Democrats, and all the niggas in the Democratic Party are doing this. Yeah, I know they're doing it in Baltimore. They're doing it everywhere. This Equality Act, if it passes, black people will be destroyed by it. This is why they're moving to pass it. They're using elected black officials in particular. They're using the sorry ass people in the Congressional Black Caucus and the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation to advance giving reparations effectively to homosexuals, reparations to pedophiles. The same Congressional Black Caucus could not come 100% behind a discussion of reparations for blacks for HR 40, but almost 100% were in favor of, and if you read the Equality Act, effectively what these people are demanding is that if you're a homosexual and you go to a bank or anywhere, you will get credit. You can't deny housing to a homosexual or any of them. They will get it on the basis of being gay. The fiction that they've put out is that black people have these kinds of benefits. Sister Ashe, they're pressuring black men. Let me tell you, I worked as a caterer for about 9 years. One of the reasons I did not get fired, I had found some whistles when I went to a convention that had giveaways. And this really hateful white gay male named Joel, who's Jewish, who hated me, saw me take out these whistles that were on my keychain because I lose my keys all the time. And he said, these are rape whistles. And once he saw me with what he called a rape whistle, I started getting promotions and raises. Oh, I'm gay. I got paid money. Had I been seen as straight by him, they would have fired me. They're making being gay a matter of survival and having access to income in this country. I mean this. I know black men who are straight who can't get things because of their sexuality. The Equality Act and other laws that are already in place make reverse discrimination against heterosexuals, in particular black heterosexual men, who are the icon of homophobia. Therefore, and homophobia is the new anti-Semitism. It can't be forgiven, it can't be tolerated, and it has to be crushed. Except for when it's white on black, like Ed Buckner, the Jew who murders black men in his home in Los Angeles, who's friends to Maxine Waters, who's friends to the chairwoman of the Congressional Black Caucus, Karen Bass, who's friends to that bitch Kamala Harris, friends to Nancy Pelosi, friends to Hillary Clinton, friends to Steen, what's her Stein, Fierce, whatever. She's a Jewish senator in California. Barbara, whatever, something Stein. Okay, we can say Frankenstein, whatever it is. And he's protected this very strange, I believe, gay congressman who's on the House Intelligence Committee named Schiff. Powerful Jew. He's making certain that Ed Buck isn't investigated. They're very powerful people, which means that other people who look at the snuff porn, white men who ejaculate and masturbate, looking at black men die from lethal injections of drugs. This is what's going on. This is why they can't take Buck to jail. He will bring down all the little nasty Zionist freaks who like seeing black men die. They want to see a big dick and then see him die and rigor mortis him still be erect. I can imagine what they're doing. It is disgusting. And Maxine Waters is friends to them. Her and her fake ass Korean wig. We have to get tired of these people. We have to turn on these people. We have to put pressure on them. We need to cuss them out when we see them in public. They need to feel the hatred of our people. Without this kind of anger on these people, they will get out of office because they're not going to change. They've been paid to be against us. They take bribes. Until you've been a lobbyist of sorts, I've done it a little bit, and gone to these niggas in Congress and presented an issue that was threatening the community and been told we're not interested. You can't come and talk to us. You're not a constituent. And yet I can go to a white congressperson. If I have a policy issue that they say they believe in, they'll give me the time of day, but I can't go to a black person for it. What the hell is that? And trust me, the more niggas they put up there, the worse it gets for us. The more we think, there are over 50 of them on the Hill now. Do they have a black agenda? They don't want one. Did you see all those holes in white at the State of the Union? Waiting. Nancy Pelosi is a little alcoholic, fake ass predator, making all the women, like her slaves. I even saw my congressional delegate, Eleanor Holmes Norton, who looks like a man the older she gets, all of them dancing and doing what they're told to do, and she's giving them hand motions like they're her slaves, and they're dressed in white like the KKK with no hoods on. Are y'all feeling me? Let me hear from y'all. And by the way, y'all, I've been trifling. I'm going to put this on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. I just haven't bothered to do it, but that's coming. You know, I do some of the technology. I mean, these days you got to do like 10, 12 things to get like 20 people to come together. And, but I don't think what we're saying here is any less important than Brother Tariq Nasheed or anybody else. And in fact, maybe more important. Now, I agree with you, Bonds. There's some sick ass people that are boule. I have to emphasize these people are Masons. They're Greeks. If you happen to have a brand on your ass and you happen to bow down to a god other than the one in the Bible, your ass is a Luciferian, Luciferian boule. Okay, and this is killing us, and we have to turn on these people. We didn't vote for them. Who voted for Rowan Martin? Would you even vote for him? If I did vote, I'd vote for him to be a before model for a Jenny Craig ad. I mean, he could be that as many times as he wanted to. Look at how he's fat, and yet he has all these health drinks on his show. He must not be taking them. And he's talking about how he's been cleansed. He hasn't been cleansed of bullshit. He seems to have more and more of it. In fact, if you put a match near him, he may explode. He's so full of methane. And yes, I'm going to keep talking bad about Rowan Martin. We need to boycott his show, give him hell, give all the blacks in media that kiss Kamala's ass and try to make us do what they say. Okay, there's some black politicians I could work with. I can work with Cynthia McKinney. Cynthia McKinney was the last black in Congress that stood up for black people. All the rest of them are hoes and tricks. All of them. I don't like none of them. I'm angry at all of them. We need to be opposed to them. The day that they start saying that the black community is acting like white people who are entitled, who know they have rights, these people are going to start coming us asking what we want versus us having to run after them to try to, hey, man, you in the seat, can you do this? What the hell is that? They're supposed to serve us. Yes, I like my term, roll over Martin, because that he rolls over and parts his butt cheeks for whoever it is paying him to put this crap out. And he sounds like, as I said, he sounds like Porky Pig trying to act like he's Shaft. That's awful. I mean, please. And like he's so serious and he's so important. If you were so powerful, your ass would still be on television. Obviously, whoever you're sleeping with isn't as powerful as who Don Lemon sleeps with. Maybe you need to get an upgrade. That felt good saying that. And y'all know it. More of us need to just be real about these coons. I mean, just savagely dislike coons. You know, I should be asleep. I was telling Cynthia, I get depressed sometimes. I get so mad at coons, I can't sleep. And these people are lucky I'm religious. Oh, my God. You know, and I had some religious in my family way back. You've heard of them. Oh, yes. Everybody in Virginia, down Southside Virginia is related. His name is Nat Turner. It's like some kind of relative on my father's side. And he was religious, and he just snapped one day. And I'm trying not to be like that. I'm not an aggressive person, but coons just bring out the monster in me, at least verbally. And let me see, back to this Gone2Far. Please share the video with other people. All of y'all got lists. All of y'all do. Y'all need to share this thing with everybody. Everybody needs to see this. And the other thing I'm going to say to y'all, again, my birthday is February 9th. If anybody wants to bless me, please do so. Please do so. I have some stuff I need to get done. I need to let y'all know I have an invitation to travel to Russia. I'll be meeting with someone today. I learned too late because there's an invitation to meet the president of Ghana. But more importantly, I'm thinking that next week we do the next phase. I'd like to hear from y'all. How do we bring a mass number of black people to be against the Equality Act? And how can we come together? If there's just 10 or 15 of us that can begin to target one congressional office in particular, we need to go after Karen Bass. Actually, three people: Karen Bass, Maxine Waters, and John Lewis. If we were to put pressure and find a way, and all of us can do our research and figure out how can we put pressure on the Congressional Black Caucus, because Tom Lewis, Coon Lewis, whatever he is, these people need to begin to feel the wrath of black people. And I've got their numbers. I think I put out their phone numbers before, but I'm going to do another one of these once we know. And I'm going to encourage people through our group to start calling and denouncing John Lewis, Maxine Waters, and Karen Bass, and telling them to resign, to get out of office, because they betrayed the civil rights movement. I believe if we leaned on them, and maybe we can add Hakeem Jeffries. 4. I'll get Hakeem Jeffries' phone number for y'all. I'm going to put those up, and I'm going to start doing these and asking people to do that. Okay, I'll do a fundraiser, and I do want to let y'all know that I'll put one up. I'll put one up, and I'll figure out how that is. But definitely, I'll put one up. And John Lewis, I can't prove it, but people in Atlanta, folks know, at least they believe that he's a queen. He's an old, bald-headed queen. And he's compromised. And let me tell you, this is funny. I remember going to John Lewis's office to talk about an important issue, and there was a white guy with a tight shirt on with no undershirt, and it was like 2 buttons down, and he had like a ponytail and really, really tight pants. I repeat, a tight shirt, tight pants, high water pants, and a ponytail. White. And John Lewis's office. What do y'all think that is? Why not no black dude could be in there with a tight shirt on and tight pants that were high waters? I don't even think he had socks on. His pants were tight. Skin tight. Na 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 na. Why do you think that is? Okay, and everybody was male that worked there. There were no females. Ooh, can't have any women working there. He's too busy wanting to be one. Anyway, y'all, that was real. And I've been to other offices, these congressional offices, and the high-ranking intellectual jobs are usually for the white people. And the blacks are there for window dressing. And that's true for a lot of them. They don't trust black people with thinking. Now, some of them are different, but a lot of them are this way. Yeah, they are coons. Now, let me see. So, Gone2Far. I think I've covered everything. Y'all got any questions? And do y'all understand why I can't stand Stacy Abrams? And yes, she does look like Walter Payton got a sex change. She does. I don't care. Okay. Okay. Bill Cosby, we covered him. Hey, y'all, we can run something for Cynthia McKinney, y'all. We could raise, you could be a bundler. Everybody can come together and raise like 10 or 20 or $30 for Cynthia McKinney and begin to organize a Cynthia McKinney for President campaign. You can do it on your own. Okay, so, I'm about to end here. I've been on here for a long time. Hey, Tracy Whitaker, how you doing, brother? The most important news. Oh, I see Nikki. Hey, Nikki. You said you're gonna hook me up. You know I'm catching hell when you're outspoken and you criticize LGBTQ. That people starve the shit out of you. You can't get a job as a dog catcher in DC. I had someone tell me because I spoke out about Ebola and the war in Syria that you won't ever get a job in DC. I was told this. And it's been hell because you apply for stuff and people say, oh, you have a great resume. Then you never hear from their asses again. But that's okay. We're working. I'm working. We're organizing things, working with folks. I'm thinking 2019 is my year. And in fact, what I'd like to do, I know if Cynthia runs, she better hire me because I'm a cheerleader for her, major cheerleader. Let me see. Let's have a new comment. And they mess with this, y'all. I can't see my comments on here. I don't know why they do that. They don't let me know if you like something. So, and I think it's about time for me to get off because my cat is acting like disrespectful and needy. Aren't you? You're acting selfish. Tell me selfish. This cat doesn't be on the phone. The cat doesn't like for me to do Facebook Lives. Brother, how do you reach out to Cynthia? Cynthia's email is hq2600@gmail.com. H as in Harry, Q as in Qatar, 2 as in 2, 6 as in 600@gmail.com. Tell her you want her to run for president and we're going to raise money. I know some white boys, they want Trump to do a second term. I don't care if Trump does a second term if we have a black political party by 2024. I'm ready for us to have a black party. I'm ready for a black woman to make a serious run to have a real black president. No more coons. No more bone smugglers, Cory. I don't care if you have a boo. You got a poo too. Well, we have to have fun in this movement. Okay, now the cat's mad that I ignored her, so she moved. Selfish is a trip. Brother Tracy, I'm well. We're trying to convince Cynthia McKinney, but Cynthia told me they need to put some real money behind her campaign. That's just as fearless. If we had her, we could really make a party for our people. It's time, y'all. I'm going to tell you, I deal with Republicans, but I deal with a lot of people. Some of them okay, some of them are racist as hell, Democrats. It's never going to get better until we have our own party, make our own rules. It's just time. You got it. But the H isn't capitalized. But it's time. It's time. We need to get all the people, African descendants of slaves, all this energy. You don't want Kamala. You don't want Cory. You don't want Donald. You don't want creepy ass pedophile Biden. You don't want fake ass, I'm an Indian Elizabeth Warren. I'm more Indian than she is. She's gotten hundreds of thousands of dollars, and folks get mad at me when I claim to be part indigenous. And I knew the people in my family that had long hair and pointed nose and high cheekbones. Fuck Elizabeth Warren. Don't vote for her. That bitch in Hawaii, she's a Hindu. She funds the people, the BJP. They're the white supremacist party of India that kills the black people. That broad in Hawaii, she's an enemy. All of them hate our guts. The only person that we can trust is Cynthia. If black folks came behind a real black woman who's fearless and particularly can stand up to small hats, we have a chance. That would rock the whole planet. Who's with me? Tell me that you're in this. I did it before. When everybody went with Obama, I would never do that. I went with the real sister. Just because I criticize folks that are hoes and tricks doesn't mean I hate black women. I draw a line between real sisters and between, compromise, slutty, Kamala type people. They're our sisters, but they're not our kind.
if it's a whole ass black man who thinks he's supposed to what's that thing called pipe clean every hole that comes his way, he ain't my brother either. All right. So anyway, I've gone over about 4.5 minutes. Maybe I'll do this a little bit later, but I hope you are doing okay, Sister Nikki. How you doing, Sister Nikki? Are you still in Hawaii or are you in South Carolina? You know about that broad from Hawaii, do you? Tell the truth. She hates black people's guts. They hate us. And they're never going to stop hating us, but we can love ourselves. We can pick people that give a damn about us. Why not? And I can't wait. Anyway, I'm going to bring this to a close. God bless all of you. God bless your families. I am going to put up for my birthday, in as much as I'm going to get in so much trouble because the gay folk are already mad. I at least need to have bus fare because these folks really want to kick my ass over organizing this. Yes, this Gone2Far, I started it. Now, they're going to kick me in the ass. So I at least need to be able to get me some bubble gum or at least a slingshot to fight these people because I'm going to get punished. And so, yes, on my birthday, which might be my last, they may get me. Can you imagine someone like poking me with AIDS needle or whatever? They find some strange thing, or put some poisonous semen in my coke and I end up dying somewhere. There's some vicious people, man. But yeah, I'll put something up. I'll do it today. And somebody hooked me up. I need it in particular. That shutdown just beat my ass. It messed my whole agenda up. Oh my God, I got to deal with my storage people. Oh my God, the bills. But also, I have a dream. If we can get this done right, we get funded. I'm hoping that for McKinney, we'll be able to have we'll have to do this a very different sort of campaign, but to create a national peace movement. Nikki, if you're in Maryland, how come you haven't called me? Now, if I were a white man, I would have gotten called. Yeah, I'm going to say that. And you have my phone number and you have my email. So there's no reason why you can't reach out to me. That's just too much. By the way, how's your mother doing? And treat me like I'm white. Maybe, Nikki, you can visit my house for my birthday. My mother will be here. I'm a good person. And you've got to meet some of the people I know here. We just have to network. On top of that, Nikki, can you make a new wig for Maxine Waters, please? Please. Please. So, Sister Ashe, we need to get a group of sisters together because I'll tell you, before I go, the biggest proponents, the reason that the LGBTQ movement is so strong is there's so many women who support it because they want to undermine men or whatever it is that vengeance they're trying to get on men. And what's going to happen if the women don't stop it, everything that women have will be taken away. And you'll find even Miss Black America will be Caitlyn Jenner one day. White boys will take everything black women have. Or black gay boys will take it. Women need to recognize there's an importance to this binary shit. And you don't miss the water until the well's dry. Y'all won't miss what femininity and womanhood means until all these dudes are women and y'all completely pushed out of where you are. That's real talk. Now I'm gonna go now, and I just had to get that off my chest. So recapping, go to hell, Stacy Abrams. Cory Booker, nah, not gonna do it. Bill Cosby, you shouldn't have dogged your wife for all those years. And by the way, Camille is my mother's cousin. Bill is my dad's cousin. Shameful. I told you I have a dysfunctional family. Even when the niggas have money, they don't know how to act. And Cynthia McKinney, run, Cynthia, run. Oh my God. I can tell you the proudest moment in my life is voting for Cynthia McKinney to be president. working for Cynthia McKinney, going to Libya with Cynthia McKinney, hearing bombs hit African soil with Cynthia McKinney, being in Libyan state television and the bombs are rocking the building with Cynthia McKinney, us going through dust that had depleted uranium. I had nosebleeds for 4 weeks after coming back from Libya. That's a great Black woman. I hate feminism, but I love me a real woman. I love me some Black women. I love my mom. I'm a mama's boy. I love my grandmother. I love older sisters. I love little Black girls. I love fine Black women. You know, I was in the store, my phone bill cut off, and I'm gonna just tell you, these women had on some jeans. I mean, and I normally, you know, I'm trying to be holy, but they had the most beautiful figures. I'm so glad that people are occupied, because I don't try to stare at people's behind, but I was staring. It was a mother and a friend. I'm glad they didn't look over their shoulder. They would have had to pray for me. You know, I was almost laid out like I was in church. And I looked at the shape of those sisters and I said to myself, what are brothers swirling for? And that stupid ass lieutenant governor in Virginia, the one that stole the blowjob from the white woman, you know, you can get these white girls for a gin and a tonic when you're in college, but when you've gotten somewhere, they want all your money. And he thought he could put her down. He didn't do that to a Black woman. You can talk down and insult a Black woman over a sexual dispute. But a white woman, even when she's lying, the Black man always loses. What's my suggestion to Black men? If you mess with the white woman, you pay a white price with your life or your reputation or both. Leave their women alone. Respect them. Be clinical. Keep them at distance. Don't disrespect anybody else's woman. And spend your time loving, protecting, and caring for your women. And frankly, a lot of Black men that I see running after white women and others, they're almost like they're gay to me. Sorry. Not all, but that sounds cold. That's like being gay. I know people disagree with me. I know people disagree. Oh, he's so prejudiced. I always tell people my family is exceedingly mixed. I like looking like I do. Okay. I used to be much lighter. In fact, under my shirt, I'm about 2 shades or 3 shades lighter. I always keep shirts on. You don't see that because I'm like, ooh, I don't want anyone to see how pale I look. I never wanted to be light skinned. I never wanted to be a white person, even though I know I had white ancestry. I never wanted to be one of them, ever. Okay. That's real talk. And I never wanted to have kids that were light. Not that I hate them. If they come out like that's fine. But I like Black folks, Lapita type Black folks. Let's be real. Let's stop talking about how proud we are to be Black, and yet, like Cory Booker, you run out and get somebody that's as white as an oyster shell. Huh? Okay. Look like one of those fish that dies with the red tide, all light skin. I'm not mad at light skinned Black folks. You can't help how you look, but you can help it by perpetuating this color thing that you only want to get someone else's light skin so your kids aren't too dark. Oh, I see all through your shit, Cory Booker. Your ass, you have fucked up with me. Even when you try to go straight, you fucked up. That's how twisted you are. Anyway, let me go. God bless you. God bless America. God bless our ancestors. God bless the unborn. God bless our families. God bless our homeless, our incarcerated, our prisoner pipeline students, our HBCUs that are about to close and so forth. And by the way, bless me. Thank you for almost 54 years. I'm 2 days away. Thank you for the 1 year anniversary for Black, White, and Blue. I was trying to get people to watch it. Sister Nikki, you got an Amazon Prime account, Black, White, and Blue. I'm They don't have me on the marquee, but I get 7 minutes in a 117-minute documentary. Black, White, and Blue, Amazon Prime, Vimeo, and IMDb. It's free if you have an Amazon Prime membership. Please celebrate that 1-year anniversary. That film is out. It's still trying to take off. If you could give it a rating of a 5. People like Tariq Nasheed, who are very cool,